started my hobby this morning by doing some spray lacquer. No, I'm not doing that. Spray lacquer. I feel like this got knocked out. Let's go a little higher. A little higher. To see more of the mess that is my desk, though I did just clean it up a little bit. So, Inceptors got this just a minute ago. So this is Tester's Dull Coat. The only rattle can varnish I've ever been happy with. Is real good stuff. Bop, bop, bop. So, we've got them done, just drying a little. I decided I wanted to varnish them before I put them on the bases, because varnish does have a history of clouding up these clear things, clear plastic. Plus varnish can cloud pretty easily. So just avoid that. Varnish them off the bases. Giving them a hot minute to dry off. So I had a thought about trying to freehand the chapter symbol on the cloak. I was like, alright, I'm gonna do it. But I came up here and now I'm looking at the cloak again. I'm like, I don't want to do it. It's scary. Like, the most intimidating part of it is just the fact that you got these wrinkles in here. Wrinkles and folds. And it's swaying. So you've got to account for that. And kind of have the sign disappear and bend. So it's like, I even have a little trouble identifying where the center of the cloak should be. Like, so you have this slight fold here. And so the center of the cloak kind of goes a little to the left, right about where you would start a symbol, because you got this backpack here. So anything above that point is just going to be hidden. So there's no point in adding much of anything above there. So you're looking at here to the bottom. Hey. Slightly intimidated. You're the champion. You're right, Freddy, I can do it. Till the end. We are the champion. Hi, Phil. You're still watching. Say hi in the chat. Saw you liked it. You liked it. Fame and fortune, everything that goes with it. Didn't know Battle for Roses. Alright. Phil, are we gonna go for it? You gonna go for it, Phil? Alright. Let's go for it. Let's do this. Could have and brush pins. My daughter steals them all the time. Nothing wrong with that. And till the end. I don't know where my other ones went, but I have new packaging. So here we've got a little Sharpie micro pen. Not the finest out there, but fine enough. So we're looking at, I think I'm going to start the design a little above where it'll be seen, right? Just to imply that it's there. So the chapter symbol is a sword, and one of my initial ideas was to have the handle, the hilt, actually be a blood drop. Blood drop there. And then go ahead it's bending down there a little. Bending it up just a little. So this is the hilt of the sword. I'm just kind of roughing this in with this pen here. And then we'll come in, clean it up a little with a brush, and try to make these lines a little smoother, add some highlights and some depth and definition, all that stuff. Just roughing it in with a pen, because I think, like most of us, I'm a little more confident with that. Blade. And now the tricky part, because it's going to go over these folds, we're going to put in some pinions for the wings. Hey, Spottiest. Good morning. I am taking the leap here and putting design onto the cloak. So I'm using a very fine, this is a Sharpie pen. You can get like micron pens and all this. They're even finer. But using that to sketch it in basically, and then we'll come back with paints. And we will fill that in. So I'm just having to go across those folds in particular. This is just going to help me map out where that actually goes. And where we can still building your town. Building is progress, sir. Nothing wrong with it. Still working on the ghost keel, or you moved on to a different model? I've got 10 more of the Necron Warriors sitting over here. I've got 5 cleaned, and the other 5 I still need to clean off all the flash and stuff. And I got the scarabs piled over here, all from the Indomitus set. So we got that blocked in there. And I like it. I like it. So now I'm going to come in with this corn red. And I'm going to use the corn red as my highlight on the, particularly for the blood drop. But, so, fun little artist trick here also, and I got some black as well, is black is the absence of all color. So you can technically use any color, any color family, any color group to highlight black. Because black can be the absolute bottom. So if you have like white balance black, like black to white, and you can put any color in between and go from one to the other. So, little color theory thing. So getting just a hair of black right in the middle. And then I'm actually going to, in a separate container here, just put a drop or 2 or 5 of my thinner. It's just flow improver. And use that to thin this out just a hair. And then I come in, use that, and gonna trace around one side of this blood drop. And just around the bottom there. I'm gonna focus that on the raised edges of the cloak and build that up around where the cloak is lightest. So use our white base coat there and not highlight the parts that are starting to sink into shadow. So this is giving it devilfish and stealth battle suits. Nice. Fish of Fury, sir. Fish of Fury. I love it. I love the potential that devilfish and fish of fury are just gonna be kind of reviable. I think it is on the surface. Like, devilfish are pretty hardy, tanky transports. You all don't mind Queen, because we're going to be listening to them for 7 minutes. Alright, I'm going to dim my light just a little. See if that helps. Helps you all see what I'm doing. So, and then on this side we have very little in the way of highlight, and I'm actually going to need to fix the low light version. So just take the black there, the shades, the shadows. And make sure it's like all the way down in that recess was hard to get with the pen. So smooth that out a little. Wind blows. And then for our sword blade as well, I'm going to bring that up and create a little manufactured highlight as well. So even though it mostly resides in the recess, I'm going to say they've stitched in a little highlight down the middle of it. And then now we'll come in with kind of more pure corn red. No. Mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub never put aside for me. If you don't headbang there, I don't know what's wrong with you. I can't help you. Sup, Chandler? What's the good word? Besides starting the day with a little bit of false rage. What's up? Work. Putting in work. Work. Reading the comments on it sounded like it was false. It was a troll by the developers. So, spottiest. In case you weren't aware, Battlescribe is down this morning. The repositories for 40K are down this morning. And on their data page, they made a post saying Games Workshop sent us a DCMA, cease and desist, basically. Thanks for all the fish. And then there was a link to the repositories, which I thought was weird. Or their website or whatever. So, reading the comments, it sounds like one of the developers made that post as a joke, because every time that they have an outage, they have an issue with their system where it's failing when you try to update. People are like, oh, did Games Workshop take you down? Did they get taken down by Games Workshop? Did Games Workshop take you down? So I feel like this is a response to that, to everyone assuming that Games Workshop was going to take them down. So they were just like, oh yeah, Games Workshop took us down. Haha. Joke. No. So I'm hoping. I'm pretty sure. Because it kind of surprised me that they would do that. Particularly given, one, the backlash on their app, which still doesn't have a valid army builder. Like, people would be close to, like, again, just burning the house down. Alright, so I'm looking at these bases. We got 3 different heights. Alright, I'm going to put the sergeant on the middle height. And then we'll put, because the other 2 are basically the same pose. And this is going to suck. Oh my gosh, these things. Oh man, this is going to suck. Try to glue these guys on. Oh my gosh. I just did freehanding on the cloak, and I'm saying that's gonna suck. And it's not like some fantastic, amazing freehand. It's just, it is what it is. I really want to see him all together. But first, I gotta finish this base so that we can. Before I put the cloak on, I'm gonna do all the dry brushing. all about perspective. Yeah, I mean, the models are super cool. The real version of the Inceptors, the guns are kind of much cooler, a lot more detail. Though I will say, when I was assembling these guys, I got to the step in the instructions where it was telling me how to assemble the gun. It's like 19 parts. I'm only exaggerating slightly, and I just kind of like shoved them off to the side. It's like, no, I can't do it. I like put them off for like a week. Alright. So, first highlight for the brown is XV88. Just used to be snakebite leather. Just a really good kind of bright brown. Now that I'm done with the cloak, I can bring my light back up. Oh yeah, so XV88 is the same brown, just renamed or close enough to be the same brown. It's real good. I also have Army Painter's leather brown. That's pretty good, pretty solid. I think that's what I used on like the pouches and stuff. All the tactical things on my Reavers, I used Army Painter's leather brown. ECBA, BRB. I have no idea what ECBA. I got no idea, man. You come up with some crazy acronyms. No. Same old natural. To hell with you, Tiny Gun. Butcher together Redemptor. Say Tiny Gun, and all I can think of is the noisy cricket. That's a tiny gun. Brian, if you're watching the replay, finishing these guys, be back to the Raiders next week. I promise. No promise. But that's the plan. The plan is to be back to the Raiders next week. And we're just doing some bone white for the ultimate highlight. On the sand and dirt. I'm going to go very light here. Still here, just building. No worries. No worries, Spottiest. Does usually require 2 hands to hobby. Thanks for hanging out with whatever this Avicii and Nikki Romero. Don't know who that is, but that down. We're gonna do Skaven Blade Dinge for the bigger rocks. Oh, dry brush all the time. So we can go a little heavy on this one. Let me take a quick look at these. Felt like there was a couple that I sort of browned up a little too much because I did them the opposite way. Come back in when we do our ultimate gray. Now we got Dawnstone. Little, clear off some of that brown. Man, phone is on the Queen train today. Usually it's on Sabaton, so. And by usually I mean just recent. Of late, I seem to really like Sabaton. Alright. Now we're done with that. We can stick on a couple little tufts. Or not? Okay, there we go. Opened. Gotta love every once in a while when it's just like, why am I failing at this very basic task? These got a little bit of stickiness, but I do like to secure them a little more and put a dot of super glue as long as I can reach. So I think I'm gonna put one right behind this rock here. Which is my little way of cheating, because I couldn't really be fully happy with the dry brush. And it looks cool coming up right behind the rock there. And then I usually look for spots that I think are a little bald or boring. And I go, alright, let's add some grass there. So we'll put one there. I think I'm going to put one on either side of this rock. I'm going to go with a decent size one there. And then a nice small one. And you can even cut these if you want them smaller. Kind of want one right here. Make sure it's jammed in there all the way. Got one random long hair. There we go. Tufted titmouse, which is the funniest name for a bird, and we have a ton of them around our house. So we somewhat recently got a bunch of bird feeders, and one of them's like on the window in our kitchen. And these birds, so it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. Birds just come and land on it all day, like one after another. Mornings and evenings are kind of the big runs on the food. And so I've learned a lot about birds this summer. And one is the fact that we have the first birds to come to that feeder are called a tufted titmouse. And it's just the funniest freaking name. Why? Why? My true 5-year-old is coming out, but alright, so now I'm just gonna clean up the rim of the base. With a coat of flat black. I probably should have varnished it before I put the static grass on. It does okay, because this is not the first time that I've put the grass on and then they're like, oh man, I still have to varnish this. But as a general rule of thumb, it's probably better not to varnish the static grass. Probably does a little better without getting sprayed by something. There we go. Now we can put him together and he's done! There's much rejoicing. Yay! Chandler, whenever you get back, you have to tell me what the hell ECBA is, because I still have no idea. Alright, I'm going to clean up a couple of the connection points to get a little better connection when we put this guy all together. Right. I get it. Alright. Assemble. Yay! Stabbing myself in the finger, don't mind me. Ah, oh my gosh, way too much. Wow, that came out super fast. That's what she said. Boom, I'll be here all week, guys. Alright, pretty happy with that, dude. After the stream today, a little bit, I'll take some glamour shots and post them up on the social medias. Him and his buddies. Varnish him real quick. Oh, that didn't work. Despite how much plastic glue got on the backpack there, I apparently missed all the connection points. So, let's skip this song, because I got an angry email last time that one played. And by angry email, I just mean like your video is going to be muted or monetized by somebody else because of that. So, I'll just skip it. I'm sure there's like 15 other ones. I ain't big enough for anyone to care about. Pretty happy with him. And now, alright. No pressure. No pressure trying to glue these guys like these stupid flight stands. I don't even like slot in super well. Which I guess like promotes you can pose them a little better, but man, that's annoying. Alright, just give me a hole to stick this in. That might be one of the dirtiest things I think I've ever said. Alright. Now the Lazy Gamer comes out. Alright. Gonna support him like that. Boom. Next one. Dynamic entry. Literally watching Super Glue dry right now. So, how's everybody's morning? How's everybody? Well, I guess evening, Spottiest. You're already at the weekend. Oh, crap, that one actually stayed really quick. And short stuff over here. A little too much. Also watching Super Glue. I think I put too much super glue on that guy, so he's gonna take longer to dry. It's a very fine balance with super glue. Too much and it takes too long. Too little, it just doesn't. It's not enough, or it's not strong enough for the connection that you're doing. Alright, now I've posed these guys balancing precariously and I can't touch them for a couple minutes. Of course, it's like, I did this so you could see what I was doing, but now I can't move them and I can't do anything else. What else do I want to do? I mean, I could paint raiders, but each step on the raiders right now takes a while, so I don't have enough time to do that. I think I do have enough time to block in. I got some assault cannons, a razorback turret. Block that in. So let's do that. So using steel, I think it's interesting. I use a different approach for vehicles and these guys. These guys I do black metal and then the steel highlight. My vehicles I've been doing steel and then heavy wash and then highlight. I don't know why, but that's what I've been doing. tiny brush. Why am I using a tiny brush? So I'm gonna come back and clean this up with black for non-gun barrel parts. For like the casing. Alright, once we block this on, I think that it's 9 o'clock here. Should probably show up to my desk. Only needed, I pulled an 11-hour day yesterday, so don't need to do a whole lot today. Always a fan of making Fridays a short day. I love that I have the flexibility to do that. It's pretty awesome. Most places don't allow that flexibility. So I should come back with a small brush and hit that part, because I'm not doing that with the big brush. Alright. Go, go, go. Get that base coat done, and then we will call it a day here in a minute. This is one thing that GW does, or their modelers do, that drives me crazy a lot, is they have some like layered details, and you like trace one layer around and then it goes into the layer that goes on top of it. You're back just in time for me to probably call it a day. So Chandler, what is ECBA? You always baffle me with these. I know you well enough to know that you're coming up with all these acronyms and I'm never going to guess them. I think my brain is permanently in government acronym mode, so more fun acronyms and real life acronyms, I stand no chance. Like, I see ECBA and I'm thinking like emergency change briefing A. That's more likely what ECBA means in my day to day. I don't claim Ron's talent. Alright. So we got those guys done. Yay! It's alive! Oh man, I'm gonna break these motherfuckers off the base. At least every other game, one of them is going to break off of these bases. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Happy Friday. Crisis averted. Yeah, again, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a good time. Let's see who's around. Who's around that we can run to and hang out with? Live. Give me a brush, mini Matties. And then people who won't care. Alright. Let's go with mini Matties. So we're gonna jump over to see what mini Matties is up to. Magnets. Yeah. Or just say screw it, cut the plastic off and put a steel pole up through their asses. There we go, mini mags. So, thanks so much, and I will see you guys next week. Raid! See you guys.